today's video we will gonna talk about the environmental issues and pollution. So let's move on to the introduction. So Earth has four layers, which are the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. So when you say lithosphere, it is the solid outer layer of the Earth, including the rocks, mountains, and soil. When you say hydrosphere, from the word hydro, it means water. Ibig sabihin yan, all water on Earth, like oceans, rivers, groundwaters, water vapor, and etc. When you say atmosphere, it is the gases that surround us. When you say biosphere, it is the part of Earth where life exists, including land, water, air, where organisms live, and us humans. This chapter covers climate change, types of pollution and their effects, and environmental impact of energy and industries. And what is climate change? Climate change is a long-term change in global weather patterns, global issue affecting biodiversity, health, and survival of life. It happens when a certain gas in the atmosphere trap heat from the sun. This is called the greenhouse effect. And sa causes naman ng climate change are, the first one is the human emissions. Example is the carbon dioxide, and yung sinabi ko kanina na greenhouse effect, nangyayari siya kapag yung gases sa atmosphere is natatrap ng heat from the sun. Next is the natural factors, the El Nino and La Nina. Kumbaga, ang El Nino sa atin is yung tagtuyot, yung panunuyo ng lupa. And kung sa El Nino is panunuyot ng lupa or tagtuyot, dito naman sa La Nina is pagtaas ng tubig or mga baha. The effects are global warming, biodiversity loss, or the extinction of animals. Kumbaga, pagkawala ng mga animals and different organisms in this planet. More diseases like cholera and Lyme, droughts and water shortage. Every time kasi na may bagyo, minsan nagkukulang tayo ng supply ng water. Next one is soil warming, dehydration of animals. Minsan kasi kapag may El Nino na nagaganap, nanunuyot yung mga lupa, which is since very mainit, na-dehydrate yung mga animals, not just animals but also humans, diba? Kapag mainit, na-dehydrate tayo, so we need to drink more water kapag tag-init. For me, para maiwasan natin ang climate change, nasa atin yung pagbabago, nasa human yan. If we are responsible enough, walang magagawang or magaganap na climate change. The next one is the pollution. Pollution, undesirable change in air, water, or land caused by natural events or human activities. The substances that cause it are called pollutants. Pollution happens when harmful materials or waste are released into the environment, making the air, water, and land dirty and unsafe. Yung mga pollutants na to is galing from factories, vehicles, garbage, and human activities. When the environment becomes polluted, it affects humans, animals, and plants. For example na lang is, smoke makes the air hard to breathe, trash and chemicals harms the creatures, and toxic waste damages the soil where crops grow. And yung pollution is nag-lead siya to bigger problems like climate change and the loss of natural habitats or biodiversity loss. You can see in the screen the type of pollutants. The first one is the deposited matter. Ito na yung mga smoke, dust, and waste. The gases, carbon monoxide and CFCs. The metals, lead, mercury, zinc. Industrial pollutants, acids, benzene, cyanide. Agricultural pollutants, pesticides and fertilizers. Photochemical, the ozone and smoke. Radiation pollutants, the radioactive substances. And there are two classifications of pollutants, which are the biodegradable and non-biodegradable. When you say biodegradable, ito na yung nabubulok or easily break down. When you say non-biodegradable naman, ito na yung hindi nabubulok. Like, mahirap siya mag-breakdown. Like, for example na lang is mga plastics. Yung mga plastics is mahirap siya i-breakdown or hindi nabubulok. Makikita natin sa screen yung table and makikita natin yung pollutants and its examples. For example na is the deposited matter. So, ang examples niya is soot, smoke, tar or dust, and domestic wastes. Classification of pollutants. Pollutants are classified into biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So, na-topic ko na to kanina. So, let's proceed to the pollutants are also categorized as primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. When you say primary pollutants, these are harmful substances that are released directly into the air from a source. Maaari galing siya sa factories, vehicles, or fires. They are pollutants in their original form. Hindi siya na-form by chemical reactions in the atmosphere. Example na lang ito is carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and many more. Secondary pollutants form when primary pollutants react in the atmosphere. So, secondary pollutants are not released directly into the air. Instead, they are formed when primary pollutants react with other substances like oxygen, water vapor, or sunlight in the atmosphere. Kumbaga, or in short, primary pollutants plus chemical reactions nagkakaroon ng secondary pollutants. Ang example nito is yung acid rain. Yung acid rain is na-perform siya when sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides mix with water vapor in the air. So, kapag nagkakaroon ng mixation between the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, nagkakaroon ng acid rain. Makikita natin sa screen yung table ng pollutants, its category and example. For example na lang is yung sulfur compounds. The category is primary pollutants and example niya is SO2, SO3, H2S produced by the oxidation of fuels. The following are the types of pollution in our environment: water pollution, thermal pollution, land pollution, radiation pollution, noise pollution, and air pollution. Water pollution. It is when harmful substances like chemicals are mixed into rivers, lakes, ocean, or groundwater, making the water dirty and unsafe for people, animals, and plants. Ibinababa niya yung quality of water and hinaharm niya ang lahat ng organisms that depend on it. Kikita natin sa screen yung mga causes niya. or the possible causes of water pollution, unang-una na dyan is yung industrial waste. Ito yung factories dump toxic chemicals na tinatapon sa rivers or sa seas. And makikita natin yung iba't ibang causes dyan ng water pollution. Sa impacts naman, yung impact ng water pollution, it harms aquatic life. So meaning, yung mga fish and other sea creatures is namamatay or nagkakasakit, leading to a shortage of supply of the fish. So kapag fish tayo or kumukuha tayo ng isda, nagkakaroon ng shortage because of this na-harm yung aquatic life and namamatay yung pinukukuha na natin na ito nga isda. Causes and impacts of thermal pollution. When you say thermal pollution, it is the increase in water temperature caused by the discharge of heated water from power plants and industries. So, it happens when hot water or heat is released into bodies of waters, causing a rise in water temperature. This change in temperature reduces oxygen levels in the water and harms the aquatic life. One of the causes of thermal pollution is the power plants and factories. So in factories, they use water to cool machines, then release the hot water back into rivers or lakes. So talaga namang magkakaroon ng thermal pollution kapag gumagamit sila ng water to cool machines, tapos nagre-release yung hot water at nababalik ito sa rivers. One of the impacts of thermal pollution is it disrupts ecosystems. So, some species die kasi kapag nadi-disrupt yung ecosystem natin, maraming species ang namamatay, while others overpopulate, breaking the natural balance. Causes and impacts of land pollution. When you say land pollution, is the degradation of the Earth's surface. It happens when waste materials, chemicals, or harmful substances are dumped or left on the ground, making the land dirty and unsafe for humans and other organisms. It damages the soil, affects food production, and harms the environment. One of the causes of land pollution is the improper waste disposal. Yung hindi tamang pagtapon ng basura, throwing garbage anywhere instead of recycling or using trash bins. Tayo mga Pilipino, parang nakasanayan na natin na magtapon ng basura kahit saan instead of i-recycle siya. Ginagawa natin is hinaharm pa natin yung ating environment. And one of the impacts of land pollution is health problems. So, it causes skin diseases, breathing issues, and other illnesses in humans. So, kapag nagkaroon tayo ng land pollution, nagkakause siya ng different health problems sa mga tao. Not just the humans, but also the animals. Effects of soil pollution. One of the effects of soil pollution is reduced soil fertility. When harmful chemicals mix with the soil, they destroy its nutrients and natural balance, making it hard for plants to grow properly and lowering crop productions. And makikita natin dyan yung iba't ibang effects ng soil pollution. Radiation pollution is caused by ionizing or non-ionizing radiation from human activities such as atomic blasts and nuclear operations. It happens when harmful radioactive substances are released into the environment, especially in the air, water, or soil. Too much radiation is dangerous to living things because it can damage cells and cause serious health problems. One of the causes of the radiation pollution is the medical waste, improper disposal of X-ray or cancer treatment materials. One of the impacts of radiation pollution is environmental damage. Radioactive materials stay in soil and water for many years, kaya nagkakaroon ng environmental damage. Noise pollution. Noise pollution is the presence of loud or unwanted sounds in the environment that disturb humans, animals, and nature. It usually comes from traffic, machines, construction, or loud music. One of the causes of noise pollution is the traffic and vehicles. Cars, buses, and motorcycles on busy roads. Nagkakaroon siya ng noise pollution. Kapag traffic kasi, very masikip yung road. And parang nag-uunahan yung mga vehicles which create sounds. And one of the impacts of noise pollution is hearing loss. So kapag pala mayroong noise pollution, maaari kang mawalan ng pandinig because exposure to loud sounds damages the ears, especially our eardrums. Energy technology options are different methods or systems used to produce energy efficiently and sustainably. These technologies help meet all energy needs while reducing pollution and protecting the environment. Examples of energy technology options is the solar energy. It uses sunlight through solar panels to produce electricity. In the Philippines, DOST and DOE promote R&D to expand solar use and solve energy problems. Solar energy use, indirect and direct production of energy. In indirect production of electricity, it focuses sunlight to produce steam and drive turbines, cleaner and cheaper than fossil fuel power plants. In direct production of energy, the sunlight directly to electricity using semiconductors, example silicon. Fuel cells convert chemical energy to electricity efficiently with low emissions. Wind energy. Wind energy is the power produced by moving air using large machine called wind turbines. First when the wind blows and moves the blades of the turbine. Second is which the turbine generates generator to produce electricity. Number 3 is the generator changes this mechanical energy into electric power. One of the benefits of it is that it can be used in windy areas like hills or coastlines. Hydroelectric energy. It is the electricity produced from moving water, usually from rivers or dams. The flowing water spins turbines, which power generators to create electric energy. So how it works? It uses water from the hydrological cycle powered by the sun. One of the benefits of it is that it provides cheap, malinis, and sustainable electricity. We already use hydroelectric energy in our country, and it delivers promising energy output. And for the government, they should invest more in hydropower to secure an affordable and green energy future. So, totoo naman, di ba? Kasi hydropower is just a insane And kapag nakakuha tayo niyan or kapag na-invest tayo sa hydroelectric energy, mas sa akin lang mas uunlad yung bansa natin kasi magandang resources yun ng energy. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy, the heat is from the Earth's interior. It provides clean, continuous, and sustainable energy. Geothermal energy is the heat that comes from beneath the Earth's surface. This heat is used to produce electricity or to warm buildings directly. So how it works? Wells are drilled deep into the earth para maabot yung mga hot rocks or water underground. The steam or hot water from below is brought to the surface. So the steam pins of a turbine which powers a generator to produce electricity. And here in our country, we are rich in volcanic and mountainous areas. Example na lang is sa Laguna. Maraming mountains dun and volcanic area. And we also have hot springs indicates strong geothermal potential. So yung sa hot springs pala is napakalakas na geothermal energy yung pwede nating makuha dun. And meron na tayong existing geothermal plants. First is nasa Makiling, Batangas, sa Laguna. Yung tungo ng geothermal plants sa Leyte, and both supply renewable electricity to communities. So, maganda siyang alternative energy para mabigyang supply yung mga tao sa komunidad na yun. Environmental impacts of energy technology options. So, hindi lang good benefits or good impacts yung nakukuha natin from the energy technology options, meron din itong bad effects like habitat disruption. Kasi minsan sa sobrang pag-consume natin ng energy technology options is nagkakaroon tayo ng biodiversity loss. And also, kailangan nyo ng wide area, which is minsan nawawalan ng tirahan yung ibang animals. Next one is wind turbine generators. Possible na bad impacts niya is yung mga birds is maaaring mag-collide sa turbine blades, which is very delicado. Geothermal energy can displace animals and destroy habitats during construction. Totoo naman. Kapag ginagawa to siya is kailangan talaga ng malaking area, which is, sabi ko nga kanina, pwede siya makadestroy ng habitats kasi nawawalan ng tirahan yung mga hayop dahil sa laki ng ginagawang geothermal energy. Although, yun nga, nagagamit natin siya very useful, pero may bad effects din. To conclude that, dapat tayo mga tao, whenever we use any energy resources, dapat ginagamit natin siya ng maayos para wala siyang bad effects. Although hindi naman maiiwasan yung bad effects, pero at least malesen yung bad effects na makukuha natin sa paggamit ng different energy resources.